Hi, Dylan.
Hey, morning.
Morning. You have said that this wasn't exactly the season that you wanted to have, but you felt a lot better lately.
Yeah.
What do you think has improved? What has allowed you to kind of have some of the success that you did in September and down the stretch?
Yeah, I think I've just been putting in the work and trying to feel out some things, and sometimes with pitching, obviously it's all about execution, but at the end of the day, it's a kind of a field-oriented thing. So, I've been trying to find it and create it all year, and I feel like towards the end of the year, I've gotten in a good spot with that.
How do you feel? How do you approach this start potentially differently from a regular season start, knowing that it is a wild card series, it is a short series? How do you go into a start against the Cubs in the playoffs?
I'm just preparing the same way, honestly. Working on executing pitches, just having a high level of focus and intensity with everything I'm doing, and at the end of the day, just treat it with as much intensity and focus as I can.
Far left.
Dylan, you got your first taste of postseason baseball playing for a team in this city. How has your kind of idea of pitching in the playoffs kind of evolved as you've gotten more experience doing it, or are you still just as excited as the first time?
No, I think it's obviously very exciting. It's always higher stakes. It's always more in the line, which is fun and exciting. So yeah, I mean I'm viewing it the same way. I want to have some better results than I have had, but yeah, I'm excited.
Go to Jeff in the back on the right side.
Hey, Dylan. Can you recall the day you were traded from the Sox or from the Cubs to the Sox, and what your feelings are about starting your career with the Cubs?
Yeah, it was. I remember it was a early morning call back in I think 2017. Yeah, they drafted me out of high school, rehabbed my elbow. I mean, I got Tommy John surgery immediately, so I spent the first probably the first 2, 3, 4 years, whatever it was, 3 years maybe, rehabbing and kind of just learning how to be a professional with them. So I definitely have no hard feelings towards them, but yeah, it's feels like a lifetime ago.
Was it a shock when it happened? I mean, are you even thinking about being traded at that time?
Uh, it wasn't a shock. I kept getting pushed back, and I remember that was kind of like a running joke everyone on the team was having, but it wasn't. I didn't think it was imminent. We were kind of just messing around with it, but things like that happen in baseball.
A few more for Dylan. We'll go back to the left side there.
Dylan, this Padres team has a lot of postseason experience, a lot of guys who have played in the postseason. What has it been like being part of a team, whether last year or this year, with a bunch of guys who expect to be playing at this time of year?
Yeah, it's definitely part of the culture. I think the most telling thing is, when we go through bad stretches or streaks where we're not playing as well as we should, there's never really a panic. It's everyone kind of just stays even keel and just goes about their business, and this stretches seem to work themselves out, which is cool. I think you see maybe a lot of teams that don't have that culture or that confidence, maybe something like that can spiral. But with this team, it feels like we get them back on track pretty quickly.
AJ.
Dylan, last season obviously didn't end the way you wanted it to. What
Yeah.
do you take from that playoff series against the Dodgers into this year, if anything, and kind of do you view this season as a chance to set that right at all?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of taking anything from it, I'm kind of just leaving that in the past. At the end of the day, it's about executing, and yeah, so I'm just setting myself up to execute as well as I can. I'm glad I have that experience. The more experience, the better when it comes to playoffs. You know kind of how to slow things down or what it's going to feel like or what to expect. But no, I mean, I'm just honestly even leaving that in the past and just attacking this year.
Jesse on the left side.
Dylan, you've had a front row seat to Nick Pavetta's career year this year. Just kind of picture to picture, what have you seen? What have you enjoyed watching?
Yeah, he's been about as consistent as I've ever seen. I mean, it's every start you're going to get. He's commanding his fastball. He's throwing 2 breaking balls for strikes. He was dominant this year. It was about as good as I've ever seen live.
Any last ones for Dylan? Marty, second row.
Hey, Dylan, how long did last year's playoff exit stay with you, and what does this particular opportunity with this group of guys mean to you?
Yeah, I think I don't know. I mean, in a sense, it never really leaves. It's part of your story and your history, I suppose. But I mean, I would say most of the off season for sure. But at the end of the day, I think when a new season starts, it's kind of a new opportunity and brings a freshness about it. But yeah, I mean that one definitely stung.